takes out Razor as XSET are getting closer and closer towards the site. Creator's attention is towards back tower stairs. He misses Yaga. 2 kills for Yog before he's shut down by Drip. And Drip, being the last member of XSET, has 3 more players from OXG to find. This has been a chaotic brawl so far. 25 seconds left, and Drip will try to bank the nade. Nice toss on up. He'll grab that diffuser. 2 more for him to find as well, looking towards Freezer. This can be very well played by Drip, but all OXG needs to do is just simply wait, as Drip clearly has no intel. He'll go for kills, and just to find Faceit in a position where, well, the Goyo shouldn't have been. Laxing catches the cross as Drip's attention is in one direction, and OXG takes the very first round.
June 23rd, 2021 was Playday number 3. The first game is Oxygen versus XSET. Before this game, XSET sat in dead last, 9th place, and Oxygen sat in 7th place. If Oxygen won this game, they would have enough points to gain 4th place, pending the results of other games. And if XSET win this game, it would give them enough points to go to at least 7th place, leapfrogging Oxygen. But what actually happens is Oxygen beat XSET 7-2, continuing the beatdown streak established by the previous Playday. And they did so on Oregon, the only map that XSET won last stage, and even in the NAL thus far. We see a Flores ban in this game, 1 of 2 for the day. Throughout the first few rounds of this game, it seems like it might be back and forth, it might be kind of close. Oxygen takes 2 rounds, then XSET take 2 rounds, with the second of which being a flawless round, but then Oxygen call a timeout and they do not lose another round. In round 1, we see Drip get a nice cook grenade kill up through the box hatch. In round 2, Yaga brings the shotgun on Legion, which it turned out was an accident, but he does get a kill with it. XSET got quite a few grenade kills in the first half of the game. I think at least 4, but it might have been 5, maybe 6. And in round 9, we see Thomas running out a few times with Valkyrie. Presumably he has a Valkyrie cam outside, but he doesn't get any kills off it. This is in the very last round of the game, and then XSET ends up losing after this. Pretty cut and dry game. XSET simply needs to improve, and Oxygen still looked pretty strong despite losing last week to Mirage and having a close game against Beast Coast.
Got the wall open into the closet. Another run out from Thomas. He obviously still has a camera out here, but once again, he will not see the success that he wants. And in fact, his teammate Razor, who we were just talking about, will be the first casualty of this round.
Unfortunate for XSET to lose that early on. The other thing, too, is that with the multiple runouts of Thomas, you know that his only way back into the site is going to come from White Stairs. You can just watch that angle if you're playing inside of Trophy. He's going to be effectively isolated. Now, it is a Valkyrie, and Nitro Cell still on the board, so you have to worry about him pushing you from below. But outside of that, you're going to have to be concerned with a lot of other things if you're XSET. Your numbers are going to continue to dwindle. Yaga picks up another kill for OXG before he gets traded out as he misses his shots onto Creators, but there's no secure, at least not yet. There you go. Toxic Ganister caught on out. Creators falls to Faceit. And this one right now is just a rough spot for XSET. They are swinging and fighting against Phantoms with Thomas now to rush into the site. And it's a hail of bullets to finish him off.
As Rudy will swat him down. It's just Grixer who will get 2 inside of Visa and the diffuser to boot. This is huge for Grixer. One of the newest players coming onto the Sonics roster and just in general to end the NAL. He has had a significant I guess statement of a initial performance, and he's gonna get his 3rd, looking for the 4th. He'll find Rudy but can't land the shot.
Game 2 was Sonics versus Beast Coast. Last stage, Sonics ended up in 2nd place and Beast Coast ended up in 2nd to last place, i.e. 8th place. And so, as expected, Sonics sort of blew Beast Coast out of the water with a 7-2 victory in this game on Consulate. One round in, I noticed that it seemed like Beast Coast has switched up their attacking roles on some of their players. Normally, Fozo plays the flank watch, i.e. the Nomad, but in this game he plays Ashe. This might be because Sonics banned Nomad against them, although you sort of would expect that on a Consulate game. So in return, they banned Zero, the flank watch operator that Sonics have been using a decent bit. And then we see Rudy playing Sledge, which is what Sippin usually plays, and so we see Sippin playing entry fraggers with explosives, Zofia and Yana. I also want to point out that before Playday 4, Anthony had played Hibana for every single one of Beast Coast's 19 attacking rounds, and he played Smoke for 11 of their 12 defensive rounds. Here on Playday 4, he mixes it up a tiny bit on attack, still playing Hard Breach, but playing 4 rounds of Thermite, and only playing Smoke in 1 of the 3 defensive rounds that Beast Coast played here. And so it could be a result of the map, or the bans, or it could just be Beast Coast trying to switch things up to get better results, but it does look like they've changed their roles a little bit here. In round 1, we see Yeti team kill Grixer, doesn't really matter, Sonic still take the round. In round 2, Yeti C4s Rudy from the Visa stairs as Rudy swings into admin. Yeti has the window near him partially punched out so that he can hear the sound cue for when he swings in. The play works perfectly. In round 3, we see 4 Sonics players on the top floor when they're defending Archives and Tellers, and they fall back pretty quickly, and they lose a player and a lot of health on another player for this. In round 3, Grixer almost pulls off a 1v4 clutch. In round 6, Bio ends up in a 1v5, but he gets 3 kills. In the first half, Sonics had a 5v1 at some point in every round that they won in the first half, 4 of the 6 rounds. In round 8, we see Anthony playing Alibi at the top floor Soda Machine with a shield. I think we've seen an Ella play this position before. In round 9, we see Sippin almost clutch the 1v3, and we see an early GG come out from Grixer while he's trying to do this, but he cannot pull off the clutch, and thus his team loses 7-2.
Either way, we've got SSG out.
Wait, is it a 2-year degree in associates? See, guys, I didn't go to college.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't really remember, to be honest with you, but I think you're right. We've got SSG on the rooftop. This is going to be nice, though. The Nitro over the top, but it's immediately caught from the Zofia on SSG. A really nice attempt from Mirage to get creative there, but once again, SSG just too smart to handle it.
Folds literally shot that. He's like, what do you think this is, kangaroo court? Like, you can't hop out windows and do this. This isn't happening. That's 2 Nitros down and we'll kill loading. It doesn't even matter. Throw it at us. We don't care. We're Space Station Gaming.
Throughout all of Playday 3 and the first half of Playday 4, we didn't see a single game go past 10 rounds. And the third game of Playday 4 would be no different. Space Station Gaming takes down Mirage in 8 rounds. 7-1 scoreline, absolute destruction by Space Station. They look very impressive here. And in the stage as a whole, they did have the 1 loss to DZ, if you disregard that. They've been getting progressively better. They took down the Sonics in 11 rounds. They took down Disrupt in 9 rounds, and now they took down Mirage in 8 rounds. They might be the team that's able to contest TSM. And after winning this game, they are now in first place ahead of TSM, but TSM have played 1 fewer game than them. SSG have a flawless attacking half, going up 6-0. They drop a perfect 30 kills in the first half, whereas Mirage only have 10. This is such a gargantuan kill disparity, very, very rarely seen. 3 times as many kills as the opposing team over the course of your attacking half on a map like Cafe. It's very crazy. SSG also won every opening duel on their attacking half and ended up winning 7 of the 8 opening duels in this game, which corresponds to the 7 of 8 rounds won in this game, meaning that whoever got an opening kill in any round in this game was the team that won the round. Don't really have many specific plays I want to point out in this game. It was just very clean plays by SSG all around. But interestingly, in round 3, we see an execute come 1 minute into the round. There's still 2 minutes left on the clock. Thinking Nade jumps down the skylight and starts planting, while Hot and Cold throws Ying Candelas into the site. Thinking Nade doesn't end up getting the plant down because he gets C4'd from below, but they do end up winning the round by killing all the members of the Mirage team.
Comes down to the vector gameplay. We've seen him time and time again win out these frags, but oh my god, iconic. What a shot. He slides that bullet right through there, threads the needle into Hyper Skull. What a kill coming out from him. That might be the round difference maker there, but Iconic gets a little bold. He'll get taken down from Pambazoo, but the smoke's coming out now. Also, Chonky utility coming through to burn. They know someone's inside a gun vault, but now it's forceful from Dark Zero. They're actually backing off DG. Retro still with some smokes. They don't have the bomb either. They're actually going to assumingly rotate out into 90. I don't think DP Fire's ready for this. He's not. The Ashes there will pop the Goyo shield. Pambazoo goes down. This round is hell in a cell right now. Eclipse dead as well. DP Fire. Well, John, I'm very excited. You know why I'm excited?
Why is that? Sorry, muted for a second.
We got a game, bro.
We got a game, man.
7 blowouts in a row, but they could not make it 8. Dark Zero take on Disrupt Gaming on Villa for the last match of Playday 4. This one comes down to the absolute wire. It goes all 15 rounds. And I think I have a lot to say about this game, so let's get started. This is already the 3rd game that Dark Zero has gone to overtime, and it's the 3rd game that they've won in overtime. Dark Zero has left quite a few points on the table, but they're probably happy to walk away with as many wins as they have so far. This one has to be especially heartbreaking for Disrupt, as it seemed like they had the game in their grasp. They were up 6-4 and they were on the defense. They just needed to take one more round. But this new Dark Zero roster seems to have a weird sort of resilience to it. To make matters worse for DG, they had 3 separate flawless rounds in this game, and if you heard that a game had 3 flawless rounds, you'd probably assume it was an absolute beatdown from the team getting those flawless rounds, but not the case. Disrupt would take the first round in flawless fashion, Dark Zero would answer back with 2, and then Disrupt would do the same, bringing them to a 3-2 scoreline, and Dark Zero would get the last round of the half to bring it to 3-3, and then we'd see some more back and forth. Disrupt take a round, Dark Zero take a round, Disrupt takes 2 rounds, the first of which being a flawless, and then Dark Zero takes 2 more to push us into overtime. Disrupt starts off overtime with their last flawless round. All they need is one more round, but Dark Zero is good enough. They take the last 2 rounds, they take the game, they take the points, they take the win. Pambazoo especially seemed to be struggling in this game for most of it. At one point he was at 1-9 and then he went to 2-10, but he ended up the game at 9-12. So it was quite the impressive individual comeback from him. And we see a similar sort of thing from the other 2 players that have just recently hopped onto the playing roster for Dark Zero, BC and NJR. Neither of them do especially well in this game, but their performances are more than made up for by the performances of Eclipse and Hyper, who performed very well in this game. Eclipse especially had some rounds where he went absolutely massive. And now for some of the round-by-round stuff. In round 1, we see Dark Zero impact trick all 3 of Ace's Selma charges on the vault wall. This of course required 2 different operators with impacts to do so, Malusi and Clash. In round 2, we see a very nice 4K come out from Hyper. In round 3, Eclipse wins the round with a nice Warden play in the smoke. In round 5, it seemed like Disrupt might not win the round, but Iconic bursts into sight, gets a couple kills and brings back the round. In round 6, Eclipse swings and kills Retro as he's shooting down the laundry door. In round 12, Eclipse pushes into sight and gets a quick 3K with Sledge, propelling Dark Zero into overtime. In round 13, Dark Zero manages to plant the diffuser, but Disrupt Gaming still get a flawless round. This is the first time in this stage of the NAL that this has happened. In round 13, Dark Zero lose their first overtime round of this stage, with it being the 5th one that they've played. And we saw a lot of niche operators come out in this game. We saw Clash, Pulse, Vigil, Doc, Warden, Tachanka, and Finka all played in this single game.
A minute on the board here. Dark Zero starting to get forceful. Eclipse straight out from benches. He'll be able to get 2. SMG 11 out. He'll get 3. Make it 4 if he can. Moving in through split right now. Doesn't he know that the man's tight right? He doesn't. Dark Zero all over this one, but it's Eclipse all over Disrupt. DP Fire has to attempt the clutch. They know exactly where he is. It's the hop over for Eclipse as he's feeling himself, but he'll immediately die.
After 2 very quick playdays, disregarding the very last game of this playday, let's take a look at the standings. And this time you guys can see them. 1st through 9th is Space Station Gaming, TSM FTX, Mirage, Susquehanna Sonics, Dark Zero, Oxygen, Disrupt Gaming, Beast Coast, and XSET. And we see a little bit of a disparity forming. Beast Coast and XSET are sort of stuck at the bottom unless they make a crazy run. And it looks like it might be SSG and TSM vying for the top spot. But we do have 5 more playdays. Things can change up drastically, but SSG and TSM do look like by far the best teams. Along with maybe Dark Zero, as they are 3-1, but they did get 7-0'd by TSM, and they haven't managed to win a game in regulation yet. And the other teams in the middle, though, they're all pretty close. They're all within 3 points, 3rd place through 7th place, so there can definitely be a lot of shakeups. So we will just have to wait and see how things progress. And I'm going to let the whole Dark Zero winners interview with BC play through because I think there's a lot of interesting stuff in there. And you can skip about 4 minutes ahead if you're not interested because there's a funny little clip at the end.
I call him Siege's resident Vin Diesel cosplayer, but that's just me.
BC, how's it going, man? Jacob just called you Vin Diesel right there on the desk, but I want to give you a congrats for a big win right there. So I have a few questions, and first things first, this is our first time talking, so it's really cool to get to know you like this. What has it been like for you to transition back into a playing role and professional player for the NAL?
Well, I think the rolling out process is still happening. You know, trying to reacclimate with the game it's been a toll. It's a lot of struggle that we've had to undergo, but it's working smoothly still. You know, it's just a steady climb. I think we've definitely scraped out a few wins early, which has kind of given us some buffer time for me to get back into that. But I mean, my goal has mainly been just to like empower the guys more, like get them in better roles, hear them out more, let them make calls, and everyone's feeling comfortable. So they're picking up the slack where I might be falling behind a little bit right now.
BC, you're doing fine, man. Don't down yourself like that. By the way, I love the clutch you had where you laid down prone in the smoke and kitchen. That was fantastic. But I'm talking about being acclimated with the younger players, the new guys, and getting them up to speed. Pamba started off the game not so hard. I believe he was 1-8 at a time. Then he woke up, like Stokes said, and he took over and was a big part of that win. What is it like playing with a young player like that and getting him up to speed? What helped him take over as well towards the end of the game?
Well, one thing with young players is let them start off playing what they're comfortable with. So the rest of the vets can kind of move around, get someone what they're used to. And he's not just a young player. I mean, he's really only been playing comp for like 6 months. So he might be the rookiest professional player ever. but yeah, we let him know that we have his back.
Wow.
And so if he messes up, or he, like you said, he kind of tanks early, that it's not his fault, and we help him with his pacing. So if he needs to speed up, we push him, we encourage him. If he needs to slow down, we address it on a team level that we need to slow down. But it's all about him understanding that we have his back, and as long as he's being explosive and he's not hesitating, then he's doing his job just fine for us.
I love the insight that you've been giving us so far, BC. And the very last question, looking forward, you guys only have one loss to TSM. TSM has been on a tear lately. For the fans out there, and even us at the desk, we love this iteration of Dark Zero. What should we look forward to? What are things that you guys are working on to get even better at this point?
So we've always had a really deep playbook, but I think where the gold is really just in the minor responses and the little plays that are within strats. Like, everyone kind of has defaults, but it's how you respond to little plays, or when you're in a pinch or a man advantage, or you want to trap a guy. That's where the great teams start to shine, and it's something we were good at in the past, and it's some of it's gone away, and now with me jumping in and a whole shift of roles and Pamba now on board, we've had to kind of restart the playbook. So all those responses and those cool plays and things like that, it's going to take some time for them to come out. But we want to play like a modular type of siege, where you kind of approach each phase a little bit with a new fresh eye kind of thing. And just in time, whether we see it this stage of NAL or if it's later at a major next season, but eventually we're hoping to be really adaptive and fluid and kind of ever evolving.
BC, you're my favorite interviewee right now. You're the best. Thank you so much for the insight. I wish you guys the best. Dark Zero, you guys are looking great. Keep killing it with the fellas, all right? Give Hyper a big hug for me. He's a beast as well.
Thanks, appreciate you guys.
No problem. Take it easy, BC.
Disrupt the what? They disrupt the process, John. That made no sense at all. They're able to get it to go off. Dark Zero try and adapt. We see the play from Pambazoo.